fun.
Yeah, he actually got to read the whole book as I was writing it because we would, talk on Skype every night. And so he would read what I had written that evening and, well, that's not right. We would never say that, or, we wouldn't say that with that kind of accent. So, if I didn't have him, there was no way I could do the Irish accent. So.
Yeah, I mean, it adds credibility to the book in a meaningful way because of his contribution.
Yes, like he likes to say, this is part my book. So.
Yeah, it's both of yours. It's shared. It's community property now.
Yeah, now it is.
Coincidence. A great title, a wonderful book, a good read, well written, well done. Thank you so much for putting your heart and soul into this and applying your skills that you developed over a lifetime background of writing and enjoying poetry. And I'm sure some of that poetic prose comes through in the book, doesn't it?
It definitely does. There are a couple parts in the book where I really kind of had some fun with that, and some letters that are written by some of the main characters' family members. And, they were older letters written back in the early 1900s. And I got to have some fun with that and make them sort of, fancy and poetic and things like that. So,
did you see any castles while you were in Ireland?
Oh, my goodness, there are tons of castles. Everywhere you
You'd
look,
have to be
castle.
Blind not to see them, right?
Exactly. It's funny because you can't always get to them, though. Like, there are castles that are, way up on top of these hills, and you just can't get to them. There are no roads to them. I mean, you would have to walk, and who knows how long that would take. So, but, yes, they're definitely everywhere.
How beautiful. What a great setting. And as you mentioned, you were able to incorporate all of that in the book, that sense, that feeling, that enthusiasm of a new environment for the first time. I know you're familiar with the hills because you're from West Virginia.
That's right, yes.
But you're not used to seeing a castle on any of them.
No.
Or many. There might be a few. There could be a few.
West Virginia castles, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But now your immediate family, are there other siblings or children in your family that have creative interests like this?
Well, I have a brother, and he's not very creative in that same sense, but he, he's definitely been very supportive of the whole process, and, I don't think that he's actually read the book yet, but hopefully he will. A lot of the creativity has come from my mother. She's always been very creative. She paints and she makes little crafts, and, a lot of that comes from her. So, and, she hasn't read the book yet either, but she has it, so she's going to.
Well, it's a busy time of the year.
Well,
December
it is.
2010, and everyone is preoccupied with holiday shopping, I'm afraid.
Oh, I know. I got to get started on that.
But don't worry, it's still winter, and we're still locked in, so plenty will be out there looking for a great love story, a romance, and Coincidence will be on their shelves. Now, the book is available through your publisher, wingsepress.com. What about elsewhere on the web?
It's also available on Amazon, both Kindle version and the print version, and it's also available on fictionwise.com. The ebook versions are all different formats. And there's actually a couple shops here locally that's carrying it. The bookshop in South Charleston and Bookworm's Attic in Huntington both have it on their shelves right now.
Soon to be found in stores all over Ireland.
Exactly.
Well, congratulations. That's great marketing. Now that the baby's out there, your book, Coincidence, you'll be spending a tremendous amount of time bringing people up to speed. Do you plan on book signings and speaking engagements? Do you think you'll have opportunity to end up in libraries and schools and other places that would be appropriate for the book?
I do, actually. I already have a book signing scheduled at the bookshop here in South Charleston, West Virginia, on January 8th of next year from noon to 2. And I'm working on scheduling another book signing sometime in January at the bookstore in Huntington. And then after that, I will be in Ireland, probably beginning in early February. So once I get there, I'll try to make those connections with the bookshops and get some things set up there as well. And then hopefully before I leave Charleston, I can do a presentation at our local library. I've been talking to the marketing director there about doing a just talking a little bit there to their book club about the book. So.
Yeah, well, you have to be out there in every possible venue, and those skills will get fine-tuned as you begin to develop the way you want to present the story. You don't want to give it all away, but you certainly want to tell people enough about the book Coincidence that they'll want to purchase it. So having those public appearances and book signings will help you communicate the message more effectively.
Oh, definitely. I mean, the more practice, the better. I get so excited sometimes when I talk about the book that I want to tell them everything.
Yeah.
And so I have to really hold myself back.
Right.
So.
If you give them too much, why buy the book? I know it all.
Exactly.
You got to tease them,
Yeah.
Well, Lesley, you're having a good time as a published author, and you have plans for writing more, which is great. And this is something that you do now. Do you have a day job? Most of us are starving artists and have to support ourselves in other ways. Do you have another job?
I do actually. I have about 2 different other jobs.
Yeah.
I work full time for a local economic and community development organization. It's called the Charleston Area Alliance, and it's also the Charleston Chamber of Commerce. So that's my day job. And then I also am a licensed Zumba instructor, so I do that a lot of times in the evening as well, teach Zumba classes.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
How did you get involved in that field?
Zumba?
Yeah.
Well, I took my first Zumba class about 3.5 years ago, and then just once you take it, you're completely hooked on it. I mean, it's just a phenomenal class because you're exercising, but you don't feel like you're exercising. You feel like you're just dancing and having a good time. And so I loved it so much, I wanted to perfect it and be able to teach other people the classes so they could have fun and get in shape. And it's just taken off incredibly.
Yeah, so you have private meetings, a small group that participate.
We do. Actually, I have a class that I teach right now on Tuesday nights in my hometown of Hurricane. And we meet Tuesdays from 7 to 8, and we just shake and have a good time.
What kind of music do you use for that?
It's mostly it's international music. We do a lot of Latin music, Spanish music. We do some belly dancing and things like that. It's all international music in Zumba classes.
Very good, very good.
Yeah,
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It is.
Is it appropriate for all ages or principally those with lots of energy?
Oh, well, it's for all ages. I mean, like I tell my students, they range from, my 8-year-old niece to, we have some 70-year-old